Okay, welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Mr. Dan. Today we're going to be doing something a little different. It's going to be a little fun, and if you can see it the right way, it'll save you money. We're going to be cutting up some, I got a strip loin here in New York, for New York strips from Publix, and the other day, or about a week ago, they had the standing rib roast also on sale for $5.99, and I got one of those, and we got a nice 12 or 13 ribeye steaks out of that. Well, they ran out of it, so my daughter Emma, on her way home, she stopped at another Publix, and they offered a substitution, which was the strip loin steak, or the strip loin roast, which you cut into New York strip steaks. So, without further ado, that's what we're going to do. So let's get to it. It's fun, and it'll save you money. Okay, some of you guys might not have this. This is just a little honer that I got. A little honer. But anyway, I've had this for quite a number of years. I have another one in there. I wore it out, so I finally found this one. I'm going to get another one. But that just keeps your edge on the edge of the knife so that you can get a nice sharp edge and cut with ease. This here is a boning knife, and this one's a little flexible. Really, can you see it bending? You don't need one that flexible, but it's one I have, so that's what I'm going to use. Here's my nice long meat cutting knife. All right, that's what we're going to use to cut the meat. And here is the Publix. Now this, as you can see, they had cut it in two pieces because that's all they had left of the one. So, and I told them we get something, get 10 pounds or so. So we have another one that I've already cut up. But as you can see, it's $5.99 a pound. This is 9.89 pounds, and it came to $59.18. So hopefully we'll get us a nice fair number of steaks out of here. And you can see they started to trim off a little bit. But anyway, that'll be fine. We'll get to it right now. Okay, normally I'd say for this next part, try to have a trash can handy. But what we're going to do, since they wrapped this, they got a styrofoam tray under here. We're not just gonna, as you see, I use the back edge of the knife, and what we're gonna do is just rip this up, and then we're gonna get us a piece of paper towel. I hope this is all nice and even. Looks good. This looks really good. It's like the guy cut off the. This is a nice end here. This is the end where the ribeye came in right here. Okay, so that's your ribeye, and this is going to be nice and tender over here. The other side, which I don't think he got the side. Maybe he did. I don't know. We'll have to see. Yeah, a little bit. I think they took a section out of the middle, but here, this looks like a little round. Here, that's your sirloin. And usually, if you go up here, you can see this little line here, this outline? That's where your sirloin came in at. This is going to be a little tougher cut of meat, but still totally edible. So we're going to clean this up a little bit, dry it up, I mean, and then we're going to clean it up. You guys can see. Now, this is where I would say have a trash can handy, but I just dump it in the sink here because it's so close. Some people don't have that option. Just have a trash can and you throw it right in the trash can. Okay, let me just wipe this down a little bit. You want to try to wipe down the meat a little bit. Get all the moisture off here. So no slipping and sliding when you're cutting it. But yeah, it's you got the sirloin on one end, and that's this here. You can see the little. Let me move this closer. You can see the little eye shape or whatever. You would think that would be the rib eye, but that's the sirloin. And then the telltale giveaway is the little, looks like a little pyramid right here where the muscles came together. So that's your anatomy lesson for today. Put that down there. Okay, now we're going to have this end. And like I said, this end here is from the ribeye end, right? So we know it's going to be a tender cut. So the back here, if normally this two pieces was together, what you're looking at is this is where the ribs are. If you can look, you can almost see the lines of the ribs in here, which they've taken off. Okay, now we got fat. We're going to trim that off. Let's just scoot all this here. No, this is no waste, by the way. I just threw up there, but anyhow. We'll deal with this piece first. And let's just go to trimming. And you want to always try to cut towards the cutting board. Don't try to cut towards you, because in case you slip with the knife, you don't want to make an emergency run to the emergency room, because you cut yourself while trying to save money. Okay. And the other thing you want to do when you're trimming this up, you don't want to take too much of the meat off, see? So you want to take as little meat as possible. And this here, I have my blade tilted up a little bit. As you can see, not too much meat. Okay. There's a little silver skin here. I'm just gonna, a little dab will do ya. Try to keep tension on that piece right there, because that'll be like bubble gum if you try to eat that. Same with this here. But you'll see that you're gonna have some silver skin left on the other side, because you want to keep the fat. Well, that's where the silver skin is under the fat. Okay, so that's pretty good. You want to feel around for any bones, any hard substance that don't belong there. Get rid of it. Another little bit of silver skin here. And that's why a little more rigid of a bone knife would have been really nice here. This is a little flimsier, but if you got control on it, pulling up on the fat, meat, whatever, silver skin, you'll be good. Like I said, you're not here to waste the meat. You try to get as little red as you can when you're trimming this up. Okay. Well, this one here doesn't seem to have too much of a chain left, so no matter how I look at it, take some of this off. Now, on this side, see that big fat knuckle right there? We're just going to cut that out. And this is not going to waste, people. That's going to be our, go into our grind. And this looks like the chain here, a little piece left of that. So usually under here there's a little piece of silver skin out. If you can see right there, see it? So we're going to try to cut into that a little bit. As you can see, it's right there. So much for the chain. As you can see right there, we'll try to trim that off later. Now you want to try to square up this steak business here, but we're going to cut a little of this top fat off. This is a little hard right here, so. Ideally, people are all different, but I look at about a 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch of fat on the meat. Totally up to you. But you want to try to keep some fat. As you can see in the store, they try to start trimming it off. But we ended up with the rest of it. Let's just try to trim this off, make it look even. like I said, I'm not throwing any of this away. This is going to be going to the it's going to go into the grind pile. You don't really get that much waste on this meat here. Not like some of the other ones you try to cut them up. There's a fair amount of waste. Okay, so here we have our hunk of meat. And what we're going to do is try to cut them about 1 inch to 1.25 inches. See that's right there. That's got to go. You can't even cut right through there because it's slipping and sliding. That's connective tissue or sinew, whatever they want to call it. You can't cut through that, see? So there we go. And this here's a little silver skin. I'm not going to try to take that off. But anyway. We try to even up this edge. Cut this off here. So no matter how you try to make everything nice, still you find stuff. Okay, so here we have our nice meat. Steak number one. Look at that. That's a pretty nice marble on there. Let me move it up so you guys can see. I'll move the camera down. How about that? Pretty nice. Again. There you go. And we'll do one more here. Those are 2 smaller steaks. We'll use those. Penny and I usually eat one of these and a skinny one. Okay. So now I'm going to clean this end up. I'll cut this here a little bit. There's a lot of fat on this, I can see. That's all tough stuff right there. Yeah, next time I'll try to get this another whole one. More fat than not. Put some meat on it. And don't worry about the grind stuff because that's going to get, when you go doing that, that will all the bristly stuff will get hung up in the head of the grinder. See that silver skin there? That's what we're going for right there. Trying to get that out of there. And I think we're done with that end. Yep, see? No more silver skin. All right. Now this is I'm going to keep that end over there. This is where the sirloin end is right here. So what we're going to do, I'm going to flip this, we'll cut this side. So if we have any waste or we don't get a good cut, it'll be on the tough side. So keep little stuff like that in mind to keep everybody happy. Okay. So again, cut. That's a nice size steak. And then we'll cut this, will be the last cut. This we'll cut up for something later on. Okay, so out of 9 pounds of meat, or a little over 9, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 here, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, and then we got the end of the piece right here, the sirloin end, okay? And then plus we've got a whole pile of trimmings here, which is mostly fat, which we're going to use that for a grind because I make my own ground beef. So that's a pretty nice haul. And these are all pretty much the same size steaks, so we didn't really lose nothing. As you can see, they're all cut pretty much the same. But anyway, this is nice. Penny already picked those steaks out from the other batch I made. All right. So that being said, if you like the video, give us a thumbs up, share with your friends. If you have not done so, please subscribe. Remember, this is a nice, easy thing to do. Anybody can do it. Okay, just pay attention, watch your fingers, make sure everything's nice and sharp, and you're good. There's a little arrow down right below the video box. You hit that. That'll give you another drop-down box. That'll give you a link to Cooking with Mr. Dan Facebook page, a link to my daughter's artwork site page, and a complete list of the ingredients that we did, which is steak, strip loin as it were. So stay healthy, my friends, and when you are, come back and we will give you another delicious dish just like this. This is Mr. Dan saying, go carnivore. We're out for now. We'll see you on the next side.